Everyone, today is February 19th, 2026, and today is another live trading session. So we have not traded this week. We had Monday with being a holiday, and then I was gone Tuesday, Wednesday for Mardi Gras, and so now we were back at the back half of the week to see if any opportunities present themselves. Looking at the market overall for the week, we haven't really done too much, in all honesty. If we look at gold, which is the first pair that we will look at for today, we see that we've mostly been consolidating for the week. We had this drop off on Monday and Tuesday and then retrace back to the high of the week with yesterday's price action going into today. And then if we look at our overall sentiment for what gold is doing, today our sentiment has currently come out as bearish. So we will see if we can align with anything once the session starts actually moving for today. We then have NASDAQ. NASDAQ overall, again, not really doing too much. We had Monday, Tuesday drop off. Tuesday made low of the week. And then after this Tuesday low of the week was made, we've had a rally on Wednesday or on Tuesday night going into Wednesday. We now have today that has retraced just a little bit. But again, if we go and we look at our sentiment, give me 1 second. Our sentiment for today has come out as bearish for NASDAQ as well. So we'll see again if we can align with anything once the session starts to move. Even though, again, this consolidation is pretty negative. This is usually the price that pushes me away from wanting to trade, just because, again, since 4:15 this morning, we've kind of just been moving sideways. And if we look at a higher time frame being the hour, again, there's no significant areas in price action that we're really reacting off of. We're just rallying and then consolidating in between the zones that we've made from previous high of the week to the current low of the week. And then finally, we have US 30, which US 30 is essentially doing the same thing as NASDAQ. US 30 sentiment came out as bearish for today as well. We know that, again, we've had this majority consolidation for the week. And then if we do want to go bearish, then our first objective would be this previous day low, or would be the previous day low, which is Wednesday here, which actually just got taken out with this 8:30 candle. And then if price wants to continue to go lower, then we would look for Tuesday low to be attacked next. But yeah, that's basically everything that we're looking at as of right now. Like I said, lots of consolidation, lots of choppiness right now to start the session. We also, from a news perspective, we had 7:30 news, which is unemployment claims, which came out as 206,000, and we were forecasted for 223,000. So that's very good for the dollar. Again, it's positive, showing that we are less unemployed than we were last month. And then at 9 o'clock, we have consumer confidence and pending home sales. So this is an orange folder news event, which isn't as high impact. However, since we know that price has been consolidating, and we know that that 7:30 a.m. unemployment claim news, regardless of it coming out pretty strong, didn't really do anything to the markets. We will see what the rest of today gives us. All right, so I am currently taking a trade. Basically, what we are looking at, we have 8:30 open, which 8:30 open made the significant Dow close candle. We also have the sentiment for today, which I told you that the sentiment for today has come out as bearish, as well as the fact that we saw that NASDAQ had already opened, starting to trade to the downside. And again, we had these significant objectives in mind, which was the 15-minute, 50-minute fair value gap that we're looking at price to come and actually attack down to. We actually might get stopped out here within this trade, which is perfectly fine, but this is ultimately the price action that we were looking for inside of this. 15-minute doesn't really look like it's trying to align with it, so we'll probably end up breaking out here, given that, again, we just significantly flipped this 5-minute fair value gap. So with the flip of this 5-minute fair value gap being that aggressive, again, that's where we just called our loss for today. I think that's all that I'm going to end up taking for today. I'm going to let this session continue to play out, and I'll come back and update you guys probably midway through the session, because we do have that news event at 9 o'clock. But for today, this might be the only thing that we end up taking. But again, I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so it's now 9:02. So here's the update for right now. We just had our 9 o'clock pending home sales news come out. It came out at negative 0.8%. So this means that for the dollar's sake, this is bad. But it's counteracting our news from earlier today. So we had positive news with unemployment claims, and then we have worser news with pending home sales. So it's not really affecting it all too much, which is why we see a pretty flat market right now across all of our main asset classes. Only thing I was really looking at right now is this 5-minute that had formed on NASDAQ. We had the 5-minute that fair value gap that formed with the 850 candle, and we had come and we rated into it at 9 o'clock. And now I'm seeing if we are going to distribute any other price legs in order to try and take us higher. But overall, this session seems to be quite flat. Our realistic perspective and the main thing that I was looking for today was this previous day low to be tapped on NASDAQ. And as we can see, that previous day low got disrespected. So again, we're going to continue to sit on our hands, and if an opportunity presents itself, then okay. But if not, I'll again keep you guys updated. Okay, so I am now in my last trade for today. We basically are just taking a 1-minute distribution flip, trying to aim for the concurrent high of the day. It's basically bread and butter of what we've always seen. Again, the 5-minute and the 15-minute are not as aligned as what these lower time frames are looking at for today, which is why I've dropped down to a 1-minute to try and take this potential entry. But we'll see what price wants to do inside of this leg. We're either going to distribute fast or we're going to get stopped out within this candle. But we shall see what this ultimately wants to do. Again, we want to see a form of aggressive flip to the upside. If we can't get that, we know this is going to consolidate and take us out for today, which is exactly what it's looking like it's doing. Let's see, here's the last stretch. If we can break the candle, then we'll be fine. If we can't break the candle, then we know we'll probably get taken out today for stop loss. Moving distribution with price, and looking at what price is doing. 24,879 is now the low of the candle. I'm going to move my stop right at the low of the candle because we know how price is distributing right now. So 24.87925, which is exactly where we're at. Again, if we want to raid this candle that we're currently at, so be it. We'll just take that loss for today. And if not, then concurrently, again, we're looking for these highs to be swept up here. That's our ultimate target for today. Okay, looks like we're most likely going to get stopped out here with these rating candles to the downside. Again, we're continuing to monitor this, but I wanted to see this very, very aggressive. I wanted to see this already basically be trying to take out the take profit. It's already 9:20, and so we know with the macro being what time it is right now, we need some form of aggressive pricing to try and get us to this high of the day. Anything that isn't aggressive to try and get us up here, again, probably going to be a consolidation into a potential loss. But again, we're just looking at this and monitoring what price is doing at the moment. We want to see this candle break and close. If we can get a break and close, we can break even on this trade, because we know that there's no 1 minute inside of here that should take away price action from now delivering us to our high if we can break these price legs. Dude, lots and lots of consolidation today. It's a very, very, very ugly price action day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a very ugly price action day. Usually not ones that I like to be in or be trading within. Let's see if this is our stop out here. Yep, looking like this is where we're potentially going to get stopped. If we raid this candle to the downside, then we'll look at just probably manually closing this out, especially with the way that price is ultimately moving inside of this zone. We have, what, 5 seconds left in this candle. There we go. There's our stop. Okay. So that's everything for today. Again, 2 bread and butter trades, following the structure, following the model, following exactly what we do on a day-to-day basis, but ultimately just ended up with 2 losers today. That might be the end of my week. Again, this is the only day that I'm trading this week for the most part. We do have a news event tomorrow, so I'll look at potentially taking entries tomorrow, but with it being Friday and with this week already being quite slow with me only trading today, we might just call it a week. But that ends today's trading session. And again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know.